Right. Apologies if, well, I mean, my sound control is always awful when I do these videos anyway. But yeah, I got a set of shelving up. I've been slowly dragging a few bits out. This will need to be moved when it comes to resealing this window because I've got to get in there. But I've also reapplied the tint to those three. Turns out I didn't have enough to do all three again. Just had enough to do the one, which is weird. So I ended up reusing these, which is why it's a bit rough and ready around the edges. But yeah, the work area pretty much sorted out now. It is chucking it down with rain. I've still got to take a couple of the roof panels off. It's just to check the seals. I don't have a leak. I just need, you can see where it's slipped slightly, so I just need to adjust those and then get that piece of trim back in, and then also reseal that window. These ones I'll do as and when. But to do that, I've got to clear all that hedgerow. Can't do that in this weather, which is why all the gardening stuff is in here at the moment. And then I've deliberately left my light fitting out the front so that I know that's one of the next things to do. But yeah, I'm quite happy. I've got to be honest. It is quite a large area. I was worried that putting those in would take up all of the space, and it hasn't. I won't be able to get like an 8 foot by 4 foot sheet of ply lying down in here, but I think I've got maybe 2 rooms that I can do that in. And even then, it's not easy. But it also means that I don't need to upgrade my car. The one thing I was thinking of doing was upgrading my car. And knowing that I've got this amount of space plus that doorway, I know I can't do anything too big. So if it can't fit in the car, I'm not going to bother. At least for the time being, you know, further down the line, if I do make, that's my bin bag, if I do make this work to a degree, I can get some things taken care of, then maybe I might move to a different area, well, put the workspace in a different spot, you know, like get a unit or something, and then get a bigger vehicle. But that's a while away, if at all. This is just an experiment. I wanted to get this set up to see if I could make a go of what I enjoy doing, which is fixing stuff up. You know, I don't have aspirations for making thousands, but at the same time, if I could keep myself housed using it, then so be it. You know, but that's for a different video. Anyway, so yeah, the problem I had with the tint was that I didn't use soapy water, didn't squeegee it down very well, and I didn't take off the protective film. So hopefully that stays up a bit better. These 2 bits, as I say, they were the older stuff, which just got creased and crumpled and walked on. So that'll probably end up being replaced. I do have a couple of windows in the house that I want to do. That one, because when you get the sun on the building, you can't watch TV or anything because even with the curtains there, it does leach through. And then there's a couple on the front just for privacy. But yeah, that's more or less it. This wheeled thing is pretty much set to the height there, because obviously the one thing having cut this work table down, the one thing I don't want to be doing is bending over and ruining my back. So that is set to the same height, like I say, where I lean there, all set to the same height, so that'll do that. The next things to do in here, really, especially with the way the weather is get that light fitting down and replaced, get the trim stuck back up. And then I'm going to mount a 3-plug or 4-plug socket to here, I think. You can get an extension cable with like a block of 3 or 4 on. Just need a couple of bolts and wing nuts. Just feed them through, tighten it on. At least then I've got somewhere to plug power tools as and when I need them, you know, like the Dremel or, well, not the Dremel, the rotary tool. Other brands are available. The rotary tool, the bench grinder, things like that. It gives me enough space to work, basically. So yeah, I'm very happy. It's one of those where I don't think this insulation has warmed it very much, but if you do get any source of heat in here, it takes a bit longer to get rid of. So if I get a little heater for when it gets really cold, once I get the roof sorted out, it should be quite cozy in here. But yeah, no, I'm happy. I've got my sawhorses, my motorbike stand, all sorts of bits and pieces. They can just live there. There's nowhere else for them really to go. And then, like I say, once I get my power cable arrangement sorted, I can have my tablet up here. That is an empty toolbox, and that is an empty toolbox. This is for filling as I go, and this is for filling with things that I fix up. So yeah, there we go. Quick tour. Again, a little bit more work to do on the outside of the conservatory, but that'll work. That'll work. Anyway, guys, yeah, I guess I'll see you next time. That's the end of this, I guess. Ta-da now.